Let's dive right into this explainer and tackle a problem that causes absolutely massive, messy, and expensive headaches for homeowners everywhere. We're talking about finding a pro who can actually fix a clogged drain for good. We're pulling this straight from industry guidance to help you navigate the, well, kind of murky waters of plumbing services.
You know the feeling. You're caught in this highly stressful cycle of temporary fixes. You clear a blockage, think you're in the clear, only to have the clog return literally just weeks later. If that's you, you really need to stop and ask yourself, am I actually hiring the right person for this job? Because man, it is incredibly frustrating to think you finally solved a problem, only to find water pooling around your ankles all over again.
To solve this, we are going to walk through a quick 6-part survival guide today. We'll look at the clogged drain dilemma, verify credentials, check methods and causes, demand pricing transparency, confirm warranties and communication, and finally achieve that long-term reliability.
So part 1, the clogged drain dilemma. The absolute core issue here is that blindly booking a service, without doing any preliminary investigation, often just leaves you with a patch job. And that means that messy, super inconvenient plumbing issue, it's inevitably going to return to ruin your day. It's basically a classic case of treating the symptom instead of actually curing the disease.
But here is the solution. It's a clear 4-step playbook for vetting a plumber that you absolutely must follow before you ever even schedule a visit. By taking just a little bit of time up front to verify their credentials, check their methods, understand the pricing, and confirm their warranties, you are going to save yourself a literal ton of future headaches.
Moving into part 2. Step 1, verify credentials.
Okay, so you absolutely must ask for their license number. And don't just ask for it, verify it with your local licensing or regulatory board. Why? Well, think about it. If someone makes a disastrous mistake while taking apart the pipes inside your walls, you really need to know that their insurance is going to cover it. A properly licensed provider is just way more likely to follow strict safety rules, which is exactly what you want when you're protecting your own home.
Part 3, Step 2, Methods and Causes.
The truth is, not all clogs are created equal. A reputable company shouldn't just show up and start plunging blindly. They should actually be able to explain the specific, hidden culprits to you. Whether it's a rock-solid wall of kitchen grease, invasive tree roots literally crushing your main line, stubborn mineral scale, or just really dense debris in the sewer lines, the attack plan has to match the specific enemy down there.
And to combat those specific causes, you need to make sure the pro you hire is actually using modern tools to locate the issue before doing anything else. A highly skilled professional isn't going to just guess. They're going to use specialized equipment. We're talking hydrojetting to blast away grease, heavy-duty drain augers for chopping up roots, and honestly, most importantly, video inspection tools. This is pretty much their ultimate diagnostic weapon. It lets them see exactly what and where the blockage is, which is an absolute game changer if the problem is recurring or hard to diagnose.
Which brings us to part 4, Step 3, Pricing Transparency. Look, you've got to be highly cautious of vague quotes or offers that just don't specify what's actually included. Instead of just accepting a number, demand a clear, itemized estimate. You want it broken down into these exact categories: labor costs, parts, equipment charges, for specialized tools like that video camera we just talked about, and of course, any diagnostic fees. If you make sure these 4 elements are clearly defined up front, I promise you there will be 0 surprises when that final bill actually arrives.
So the really crucial point here is to always ask how they handle approvals if the scope of work changes right in the middle of the job. I mean, what happens if they open up a pipe and suddenly realize the nightmare is twice as deep as anyone expected? You need a rock-solid approval process in place before they do any extra work.
Okay, part 5, Step 4, Warranties and Communication. Strong companies are almost always going to stand behind their work. Things like professional behavior, arriving on time, providing written documentation, offering robust satisfaction guarantees or warranties, and just clearly explaining the next steps to you, these are highly reliable indicators of service quality. As your trusted guide through this explainer, I'd highly recommend comparing maybe 2 to 3 different options using this exact criteria. It just ensures you're getting the absolute best partner for the job.
And finally, part 6, achieving long-term reliability.
When you choose a provider that takes the time to verify credentials, uses the appropriate equipment, like those video inspections, and actually guarantees their work, you transition from merely clearing the symptoms to actually fixing the root cause. This is literally the difference between a drain that works for maybe a week and a plumbing system you don't have to worry about for years.
That quote right there, it perfectly distills our entire explainer today.
Doing all this little bit of detective work up front is going to ensure fewer repeat calls, and it genuinely gives you total peace of mind.
But, it kind of leaves you wondering, if a true fix requires this much precision and expertise, what invisible debris is silently building up in your drains right at this very moment? It might just be time to go check those pipes.